let's start things off with our disclaimer. The following videos, clips, demonstrations are for educational and instructional purposes only. Tradewithufos provides these videos purely for the purpose of demonstrating a method of using the products. Users understand that all the content used in the video is purely for demonstration purposes only and is not a guide and does not provide any indication of or prediction of actual results. Excuse me. As a user, you understand and agree that the hypothetical results obtained through the demonstrations do not indicate in any way the results you may receive by using the products. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are. This is Nailing FX, spot trading, spot Forex trading simplified. I'm Opa Burt, and I'm coming to you from Bien Hoa City, Dong Nai province in Vietnam, broadcasting live from the Pegasus Plaza in downtown Bien Hoa. All right, if you need to get a hold of me at any time, you can send an email to fxopaburt@gmail.com, or you can try opa@tradewithufos.com. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Today is the 17th, where I am, in the morning, 10 a.m. in the morning. Remember, this schedule is set up on New York-based time, and you can follow the schedule by signing up for the free memberships. You can also keep in touch, keep appraised of what I'm doing at Forex Pipsville. You can go to Facebook at FX Pips Trading. So those are other things that you can do. All right, so now it is probably 10 p.m., just after 10 p.m. On the East Coast, after 3 a.m. on the in the UK. And let's see what we're going to do today. In today's session, we're going to review the last session trade, which was a couple of weeks ago. Because of course we have here in Southeast Asia, we have the Lunar New Year celebration. So last week I was not broadcasting. I had a chance to take a break and do some travel here inside of Vietnam, where basically everything is pretty normal. There have been a few cases where the coronavirus has popped up its ugly head, but that's been suppressed very quickly. They do a really good job here. So I was able to travel and spend some time outside of Bien Hoa City. All right, so again, we'll review the last session. We're going to look at the Forex math. So we always determine the strong versus the weak. Overall trend and current trend, MT4 Confirmation Indicators, and we also look at confluence with TradingView. And we'll go and try to see if we can't find some trades here today. All right, so here's the last trade. The last trade was back, this says Wednesday, January 27th. I think that was older trade, but here we see that we were looking for price to come back up to this line here. You can see over here, and then go down to a target. Okay, so what happened with this is, as you can see, here's the day we put on the trade. That was that Wednesday, and price did not go up and reach the entry. The limit sell order was not hit, which is again another situation where the limit sell order wasn't hit, and price then took off and made a really nice move to the downside here. So these were the setups here. You can see down here all the setup. It was the Aussie USD, because that was the strongest, weakest pair that we were able to identify. So that was the trade. And again, looking at Forex math, what I do is I have the dailies of all the majors, and I include the Singapore dollar as part of the majors, simply because in Southeast Asia it is a significant currency, and it also balances out the profile very nicely. Otherwise, we'd have 7, and it would look kind of weird. All right, so remember that we're looking at the strongest, trying to identify the strongest and the weakest. Then to get into the trade, once we've identified what we are anticipating that we're going to trade, we'll do an overall trend and current trend analysis. So the overall trend is the channel. And so you can see here the channel is rising, so the overall trend would be up. The current trend is coming down. You can see that the current trend is identified by the 2 moving averages of the profile, the moving average profile, the first 2 moving averages. So this would be a counter trend move to the downside here. All right. Then we look at our other confirmation indicators to help us identify what's out there. And so we have the channel, and we have the alerts, an alert, and then we have the alert confirmations, and then we have the profile SET, which gives us additional information on getting into the trade, as well as looking at the MACD to see if we have any divergence in the MACD that would give us an indication of overall direction, right? Now, the one indicator that we have here is the, here it is, LDT, the LDT, logical daily trading. That's those pink and blue or light blue boxes that come in. That is a commercial indicator that I've gotten. I don't provide that. You would have to find that and get it on your own. I think it's a fairly good indicator to use in conjunction with anything else that you might be using to help you determine where trades are good potentials. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Then we also take a look at confluence with TradingView. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. There may be a change in the structure of the Forex sessions, where all of that information may be available on an MT5 coming in the future. So you may see that the requirement for going to TradingView might be eliminated if you want to switch over to MT5 and follow the logics provided by MT5. All right, so let's go ahead now and hunt for some trades. Of course, we always go and look to see what is available in live. And let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and take this down. And I'll bring up this. I need to move my picture over here a little bit so I can. All right, so here we can see the profile, and I've got those 8 currency pairs on the profile, and what I'm looking at is what is the strength of the dollar, okay? Because looking at all the majors, they're the ones that have the dollar as part of it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So you can see that I'm in a slight downtrend. Overall downtrend. Not a very strong downtrend, but slight downtrend. So the U.S. Would be a kind of a -1. I grade that as a -1. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next one and take a look at that. All right, so on the US yen, looks like the yen, the dollar is actually rising. So I have a +1 on that. So -1 + 1 gives me a 0, basically. And now I'm going to look for the CAD and see what we're looking at. So we have a minus and a minus on the CAD. So we are looking at a downtrend, the US CAD, downtrend on the US CAD. So there's a possibility for shorting here. So that's a minus on the USD. Singapore dollar, bring that down. Singapore dollar is showing a overall trend to the downside, and the current trend inside is also down. So there is a chance for a shorting on the Singapore dollar. Let's go ahead now and take a look at the Euro USD. See if I can squeeze that up here. Okay, so the Euro USD, the Euro is showing strength against the dollar because the Euro is in the base position of that currency symbol. And we see that the dollar is weak against the Euro. So dollar being weak against the Euro, there might be another shorting opportunity for the Euro or the dollar being weak against the Euro. So there might be an opportunity to go long on the Euro. So take a look at that. Next, look at the pound USD. And the pound, definitely we're seeing strength on the pound. Pound against, so the dollar is definitely weak. Aussie, let's take a look at the Aussie. Aussie is definitely showing again strength, so the dollar is weak. And the Aussie's little brother here, Kiwi, is basically showing the same, the overall trend based on the channel is up long, and the current trend basically is flat in the middle, showing neutral. And we can see that also is a lot really flat down here in the MACD. So overall, the dollar is still fairly weak against most of the currencies. Not all, but most it's weak against most of them. So keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can find. Let's take a look at the Aussie. Let's see if we got Aussie here. All right, here's the Aussie. Aussie is showing strength against the Kiwi, but the current trend is pretty flat, so it's not really much happening there. And also this, from what I see here, let me quickly change this. This is a 5-minute chart. I go to a daily chart here. All right. So here's the Aussie Kiwi daily. And you can see here we had a movement to the downside. And then this would have been a great trade to take at this point because we started to see the trend pulling up again, the overall trend up. Here we also saw a lot of confirmation of the price moving to the upside on the daily. Now, when you take a daily trade, you're going to have a bigger stop, and it may take a little longer for that trade to develop. However, you will usually get a bigger return on the trade. When the overall trend, which is the channel, and the current trend, which is the moving averages, the first two moving averages of the profile are in sequence, that means both of them are rising or both of them are falling, then you should expect at least a 50 pip return on the trade. If one is counter, or let's say that the overall trend is up, but the current trend is down. However, you're looking at trading in a lower band or upper band, then if you want to take that type of a trade, my position is that when I look at that, if there's some opportunity, I would look at 30 pips as the opportunity to take a trade. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over to the here. Okay, let me get the right template on here. You can see I've got plenty of templates that I can look at. All right, so here's the Aussie, the Euro Aussie here. So the Euro is down. as we can see here, and this might have been a good trade to take, although you were in the middle of the band when this came up. However, again, trading with the overall trend and the current trend, that would be a good trade to take. Also remember that the MACD, sorry about that, my voice is, quick sip here. Also remember that the MACD is also a fairly good indicator of what's happening in price. When the MACD histogram is below 0, that means that the currency, the base currency, in this case, the euro, is showing weakness, okay? So when the MACD histogram is above the 0, it's an indication that the base currency is showing some strength. It could be weakening a little bit and then showing strength, but overall, until it crosses below here, it's still showing either strength or weakness. And those yellow circles are an indication of when the MACD crosses the signal line, another indication that there might be an opportunity for taking a trade when you take a look at what's the overall trend and what is the current trend. All right, so let's look at the pound Aussie. Okay, little different view here. Didn't mention this in our FX Street sessions before. What I had was a student sent me an email and asked about the Bollinger Bands, applying Bollinger Bands to the channel, and if there was any significance in seeing the Bollinger Bands. So I put together a real quick indicator. You can call it the flowers if you like, what some people have called it. And we've taken a look at that so that you can see that the Bollinger Bands are indicating pink is that price is likely to go down. And when the Bollinger Band is light blue, it's an indication that price is likely to go up. And again, when you have those indications in the upper or lower band of the channel, the upper band or lower band of the channel, then it's probably a good indication, along with your other things that you're looking at. So let's take a look and see. We go to this template again and switch over. All right, so here you can see what we've got, and it's pretty easy to take a look at this, and you see price, although the MACD is saying that the pound is weak, okay, against the Aussie because the MACD is below zero. We've got this box coming in the lower band when we've got the channel dot, call it the channel dot, came in. We got an alert came in. We've got a bunch of things coming in here, and we've got a a yellow circle around the crossover here to the upside. Although this was down, there was an opportunity, like I said, the overall trend was down. So there was an opportunity here to take about a 30 pip trade. Let's take a look, see how much. Well, it looks like it had a 263 pip move, which is well beyond 30 pips, but we could have obviously monitored and managed that for some good results, nice results on that. Right now, there's nothing to trade. Everything is really flat on the pound Aussie. So let's look at the Aussie CAD now. Again, here is the Bollinger Band setup. I'm going to go ahead and go to my all right, so looking at this, you can see that the overall trend is up. Okay. This looks like it wants to continue to go up. We just got an indication to go long on this. However, we also have a alert telling us this might be a shorting opportunity. This still looks like the strength of this move is really here to the upside on this. So this is the Aussie CAD. The Aussie CAD looks like it has a good move opportunity to the upside. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my different time frames here. So daily, on the daily time frame, looks like there's an opportunity to go long, right? So now from the daily, I'm going to go down to the 1 hour. Okay, on the 1 hour, we're pretty flat and everything is flat. So the 1 hour isn't really giving me a lot of confirmation for going along here. It's actually moving south a little bit more than north. Let's go ahead now and go down to the 15-minute. And the 15-minute is basically telling me the same thing. So we're in the middle of the channel, and if the overall on the daily is long, we are now looking at a retracement where we'd want to be watching for a move to the upside move. Don't usually go down any further, but let's take a look at what the 5-minute shows me. Okay, the 5-minute is also indicating that overall it's up, but not significantly. So let's go back to the daily. Oh, all right. So I'll come back to that Aussie CADs if there's time to take a look and see if we really want to take a trade on that one. Let's go to Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss. And change the template. All right, so everything is going to the upside. We've got what looks like a just a little touch into the upper band of the channel, creating that red channel dot. Okay. And we've got an alert coming to the downside on the daily chart here. So this is Aussie Swiss. Let's continue. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next Aussie yen template. All right, so here we can see that what's happening is everything is going north. Everything is going north on the daily. So there's an opportunity for price to continue to go long on this, but we are sitting at the top of the channel and have an alert right there. So it looks like there will be a retracement. We'll have an Aussie yen retracement and then a continuation to the upside. I don't know how far down that retracement will go. But if I take that retracement, I should see at least 30 pips on that trade. So this is Aussie yen. Let's take a look and see how it looks on the hourly. Yeah, we can see here on the Aussie yen, it's still showing that. Now I've got this blue dot. Normally what you see, blue box. The normal rotation is pink box, blue box, pink box, blue box. Here it went out of rotation and we had blue, blue. So what I'd be waiting for up here is a pink box. And once I got that pink box, that would be a confirmation that price is weakening enough to possibly take a trade. Okay. So here, I'm not seeing that. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. And we are definitely flat. Look at the MACD. The MACD is flat right across the bottom here. Flat, 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 flat. Here, there's just nothing here to motivate me to take a trade. Now, later on today, there might be some opportunities for taking a trade, but within the hours time frame that we have together, it's very difficult to find a trade that's ready to go. And I never will force a trade. And so setting up the trades with a limit order is a good thing to do. However, as you've seen in a couple of the situations in the past few weeks, we definitely had, or I definitely had, the overall direction correct. Price did move in the direction that I anticipated that it would. However, it did not pull back. The retracement wasn't deep enough to take us in on the trade. So that's the way it goes. All right, so let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and let's take a look at the euro. What's happening with the euro? Okay. All right, so here we can see that the overall trend based on the channel is down, definitely down. We've got a little bit of a pullback. We're still showing strength to the downside for the euro, because the MACD is below. All right, let's see here. So I'm thinking that there is a chance to go short on the euro. What is this? Euro NZD. Euro NZD as a shorting opportunity. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 1 hour. Oh yeah, so here we go. There is a shorting opportunity. Looks like a little bit of shorting here. Again, I would want to see price pull back. We didn't get a pink box, and on the 15-minute chart, okay. Yeah, all right. So now we are looking at this. This is a counter trend move here. The overall trend is definitely to the upside. The euro is to the upside, strong against the Kiwi. Okay. Currently, we have a move to the downside. This is a 15-minute chart that we're looking at. So now let's take a look at the hourly again. Hourly, potential for move to the downside. Daily. So if I'm going to trade the Euro Kiwi, Euro NZD, I'm going to be looking for an opportunity to go short. That's the way I see that working out right now. Okay. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie, which we looked at obviously already here. Let's take a look at the daily here. Daily. Everything's to the downside. We've got an alert to the upside, which means that there'll be a little bit of a pullback to the upside and then a move to the downside. Let's go and see what it's telling me on the daily. Yeah, we're here. Down. 15-minute. Well, again, if I wanted to take this trade, I'd definitely be looking at shorting the Euro Aussie. Shorting the Euro Aussie at this point. Okay, shorting the Euro Aussie would be the way to go. All right, so let's take a look at pound. All right, so go ahead and start this open up here. So here is the Euro pound, and definitely prices dropping here. We're starting to see a pushback. Not significant, not a significant enough pushback to take a trade long on this. However, that long trade is likely to happen, and that occurrence, when it does happen, is probably going to be a retracement into about the center here, and then a continuation to the downside. So that's what I'm seeing here on the Euro pound. Let's take a look at the pound yen. Let's see. I can smooth this out a little bit first. All right. So the pound yen, pound is showing a lot of strength against the yen here. Upside. Now, one of the reasons might be that the pound is showing more strength is that, remember, the yen is in the Asian market, and here in the Asian market area, we are still having the Lunar New Year celebrations, and some countries have 1 week, 2 week, and some have a full month. So there'll be limited trading. So that'll make other currencies a little stronger against those currencies that are still not as active as they might be. So here we can see that the pound yen is very likely to see a move to the downside, a retracement move to the downside at least, coming up shortly. I would be watching for that. Let's take a look, see what the hourly, do we have any indication that that's already occurring on the hourly? Yes, we do. You can see here that the MACD has been dropping while price has been rising. So we've got divergence in the MACD, which is a condition that is likely to give us an indication that price is going to change direction here. So I don't know why. All right, there it is. Yes. Okay, so here is an indication that this looks like a pretty good opportunity to take a trade. I'm seeing this on the hourly. Okay. Seeing this on the hourly. Again, this would be taking a counter trend trade. Let's see, has it moved about 20 pips on that one, then came back up. See what it's doing on the 15. All right, on the 15, minute trend is definitely up. We're in a pullback on the upside. Now this was the pullback, and now we're going back up again. Again, divergence here. This divergence, you can see here the MACD, and then this circle, the yellow circle here, and then the yellow circles here. The MACD is coming down, and price is going up. So this is definitely an indication that price would be coming down. And so there was an opportunity to take this trade back here on the 15-minute chart and see how far it might go as well, right? So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the pound Canadian. All right, smooth this out a little bit. All right, as you can see here, the pound Canadian price is definitely still showing indication to the upside, overall strength to the upside. Let's take a look at what it's doing on the hourly. There we go. All right. So there's the pullback from the hourly. Still has some strength to the upside. Remember that this is right here. We're looking at an SET, right? So price breaks below and closes below that SET. It's likely that it may want to continue to the downside. Right? So here, this SET blue was saying, okay, price wants to go down. And again, you put your stop here. If it goes up above that, be out of that position. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. And we're looking at price just moving in the channel in the center of the chart here. Well, let's take a look at the pound Swiss. We clean it up. All right, this continuing to the upside. I would say that there's some upside potential for this. I'm looking at a daily chart. If I got into it right now, I could probably just looking at it on a daily basis, probably see a little bit of a move to continue going up. Let's take a look and see how it looks on the hourly. And hourly, we're going to pull back to from the upside, 15-minute. This is going up. Okay. Now, normally when I'm doing this type of analysis on another screen that I would have, I would have 3 time frames identified on the screen and looking at all 3 of those rather than having to jump from one to another so that I could quickly do an analysis. So pound Aussie and pound New Zealand, we've already seen those. So that's it. That's what we've got. There were some trades, some potential trades that I've identified. You can go ahead and look for those trades, see if you can pick up some pips on those opportunities. So that's it. Excuse me. So that's it for this week. Have really good trading. Enjoyed being with you. And if you have questions, remember to send them in and sign up for free memberships. On Facebook, don't forget to subscribe and like, and tell your friends who are Forex traders, as well as who trade other asset classes, that there's an opportunity to see some really good trading sessions and educational sessions online that are available for everyone. All right, so great. Have a great week, and I'm going to go ahead and enjoy some more Lunar New Year festivities. Take care, everyone. Nice to see you. Bye-bye.